Do you regret revealing that Mr. X is John Hayes? I mean, I'm not accepting that maybe it's not him. I'm taking that as
I regret. A little bit, maybe. I shouldn't have revealed anyone's names.
You were star of the show.
I spoke too much.
You need to come out of your shell a bit.
No, yeah,
I noticed Brian there beside you in the couch, with the Chelsea boots. He sounded like, he's beginning to sound a bit like someone from U2, I think. He's sounding a bit like Bono or whatever. Kind of getting lower and laid back and more kind of rock and roll.
Back on the couch, like.
Yeah, kind of, whatever. There's a bit of that going on. Yeah. He can't speak as well. He's always at himself. He's talking, he's scratching and stuff. Yeah, I think he needs to have a shower or something. What's going on there?
We'll have a word. We'll have a word. He'll be in again soon.
Yeah, he's doing that sort of. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Right, we got you in to give you a bit of ribbon about that, obviously, to preview as well what's been brilliantly described as the semi-final qualifier. Definitely not a quarter-final. Semi-final qualifier between Munster and Edinburgh this weekend. So this is Munster's last shot. I was listening to Conor Murray during the week talking about this being the big shot at silverware, how they crave it. He was saying about having won, I think, one trophy since he's been there, which I found that.
2011, Celtic League or Pro12 at the time. Yeah, I think, look, it's after the disappointment of 2 weeks ago against Racing, I think, every player and every team, if you're in this position, you kind of get a sense that maybe you're a couple of steps away from getting a shot at lifting a trophy and getting to a final. And, they've a couple of blows to deal with in the last couple of years. The semi-final last year in Europe, the final against the Scarlets. And winning a trophy, it's a great badge of honour for sure. It's still, maybe sometimes you can get progress and measure progress and stuff like that. But a club like Munster, I think, to be in the mix at least, come final day, or obviously the winner plays Leinster, so that's a daunting task. But for Munster, they've got to win that tomorrow, I think, to kind of salvage and keep a little bit of a feel-good factor towards the end of the season, which is really important.
I was reading one of the Leinster players reflecting on last season and talking about being beaten in the Champions Cup semi-final, whatever the later stages last year, and then how that made them came a cropper. And he said the word that was used, I don't want to misrepresent who it was, but so I won't speculate on who I think it was. But the word that he used about the reasoning behind why they lost in the Pro14, Pro12 final was that they were fractured as a squad, that it made them to start to doubt everything they'd done. That defeat was suddenly, where everything was going in unison this way, that defeat happened, and suddenly they're not sure what the entire game plan. In that context, a bit of a battle for Van Graan here the last week.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think that there's no doubt your confidence has dented after. I think it was the manner in the loss in Racing, in Bordeaux against Racing, because of that start. I think it's not taking anything away from Racing, but I think Munster, they know themselves they were out of the blocks really slow, and that and that happens in any sport. If you're out of the blocks, it's sometimes a bit of a good start.
But why were they out of the blocks?
Well, we debated that a bit, Risteard, in the last few weeks. Was it the South African trip? Was it the altitude thing, playing at altitude the week before? Did they fancy their chances a little bit too much because Racing were out of Bordeaux, out of Paris and in Bordeaux and stuff? So no doubt it'll dent confidence a little bit. But they played Ulster last week, and I think that was a great way of kind of getting that game out of the system. And to be fair, I was down in Thomand Park last week. You left with a sense of, bit of a feel-good factor that a number of young players played really well. There was a lot of passion. For a small crowd, there was a great atmosphere there, and there was a bit of energy leaving the place saying, well, look, that disappointment has kind of binned, which they would have needed to do.
We're tight on time, so you're expecting Munster to go through, and then it's against Leinster in the ODS?
I think just about. Edinburgh are a very, very good side. They've only lost 6 times in the league. They're very dangerous. Big win last week against Glasgow. So I think, you can't...
can't unring a bell, as Eddie O'Sullivan would say.
Can't unring a bell, as Eddie would say, for sure, but it's a tricky one. But I think Munster will have enough to get through.
Grand job. You're a big Katie Taylor fan, you were saying?
Yeah, Katie. I was expecting Katie in this morning, but I couldn't see her anywhere around the office. You haven't seen her, have you?
Well, she's actually right here. She's just appeared from nowhere. Yeah, absolutely. It's great to be here, Quinny. If you don't mind, I'll call you Quinny. You're a great fella. Absolutely fantastic. It's really instant to talk about the rugby, even though I haven't a bog. What you're talking about. The main thing is, yeah, I'm going to be out and play on Saturday night. Yeah.
Is Katie going to be at your lunch next week?
Yeah, she's going to be. There's going to be loads of people there, actually. Yeah, Katie. She's definitely going to make an appearance.
Champions Cup final lunch and
Champions Cup final lunch.
Ballsbridge Hotel.
Ballsbridge Hotel.
May 12th, 1:30.
Yeah, May 12th, 1:30. Drinks reception. There's be all sorts of players there, and
Gordon Darcy's going to be there. Brent Pope is going to be there.
Yeah, Brent Pipe. Yeah, he's going to be there, and
there, no.
Well, you know, Joe might be there. We'll have to wait and see, but you know.
George, maybe?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, he might be there and he might. Now, we'll just have to wait and see. Certainly not busy at the moment, is he?
Don't mention the war.
He's got a few hours to spare.
It's a good time for me to be able to sign off. Quinny, thanks a million for coming back in and confirming that Mr. X was, in fact, John Hayes, which is what I've taken from that conversation.
I'm taking that. I'm retracting that.
Risteard, I hope we haven't scared you too much and you'll come back to us at some point again in the future.
Enjoyed it very much. Thanks very much.
That was very good. Thanks a lot.